Yo, this story about what if Naruto was genius with Gojo was out of power? Let's start.
The Hidden Leaf Village. One of the 5 great hidden villages and the strongest out of them. The Hidden Leaf has a Hokage as its head, and there have been 4 Hokage in his. The 4th Hokage tragically died on the night of the Kyuubi attack, which led to the 3rd Hokage coming back in power. Naruto. A 6-year-old boy who lives in the Hidden Leaf. He has had a rough life until now, and even he, himself, doesn't know why. The villagers yelled at him at his sight and even chased him away. He has learned to avoid the villagers just so he avoids getting beat up by them. Everyone called him a demon, a fox, but he didn't know why and questions himself, why would they do that? Was he really a demon? Evil incarnate. One night he was kicked out of the only place he could call home. He lived in an orphanage, but even there he was still hated. His favorite place to go was in the library. The orphanage has where he could have a quiet time. Reading books was his favorite thing to do. No one yelling at him. No one calling him a demon. Books were just awesome. In return, he learned a lot from them. But now that he was kicked out of the only thing he could call home, he didn't know what to do and where to go. He has avoided the villagers for a year now, but now that no home, he didn't know what to do. The villagers had also gotten curious now. They hadn't seen the demon boy for over a year now and thought that someone had taken him down. Which they had no problem with. That demon killed the 4th Hokage, so he deserves to die anyway. Word reached the current Hokage of how he hasn't been seen from the villagers for a while now, but he knew that he avoided them and he still is in the orphanage. But he couldn't help but be concerned. He was entrusted with him and he still doesn't know if he did the right choice by sending him to that orphanage. Even he noticed the Villag hate but didn't know what to do. Tenzo. Bring the Anbu following Naruto here and have them report to me immediately. Hiruzen ordered, with getting a nod from him and disappearing. Naruto was in an alley trying to find a good spot to sleep for now. The Anbu following him just watch. It's sad, but they were ordered to only watch and only intervene if some from outside the village tried to kidnap or harm him. As they watch him with sad looks on their faces, they see Tenzo just arriving. With a nod, they all disappear and go to Hokage's office. Hiruzen just looks at them waiting for their report. Naruto has unfortunately been kicked out of the orphanage. At the moment he's looking for a place to sleep, reported the Anbu with a sad voice. The 3rd Hokage was furious. Although his facial expressions didn't change, the aura he was releasing was insane. If anyone with a Chunin level or lower had been there, would have just fallen unconscious. Those monkeys, said a furious Hiruzen, but then he calmed down. Show me where he is, he ordered. The 3rd Hokage arrived at the sight of Naruto lying on the ground and trying to sleep. Rough ground and surrounded by trash. It stank and it was pretty cold. Hiruzen ho. Back his tears goes to Naruto. What happened? Hiruzen asks. Naruto was surprised to see the 3rd Hokage but happy at the same time. He was the only person who didn't look at Naruto with hate. I was kicked out. And I don't even know why, Naruto said with a frail voice, but then continues. Why would they do that? I never did anything to them. Hiruzen was really mad but immediately calmed down. Come Naruto. I'll bring you to a place where you can sleep. With that, Hiruzen picks Naruto up and flickers away. They arrived at Hiruzen's house. You can stay here for tonight, said Hiruzen. Naruto was really tired, so he just fell down on the bed and fell asleep. Hiruzen then returns to the Hokage's office. He had to think of consequences for the people working at the orphanage. Who would just kick a 6-year-old? The best he ca. With at the moment was firing them and having someone else take over the orphanage, and so he did. Now he had to find a place for Naruto to stay in. This is quite trouble. Having Naruto stay alone in an apartment wouldn't be wise as he's too young. He could stay at my place but would be there alone as well. Hiruzen then cursed at them. He decided to talk to Naruto and then decide what he does with him. Naruto wakes up confused as to where he was, but then he remembered what happened. Hiruzen comes in seeing Naruto had just woken up. He brought him breakfast too. As Naruto finished eating, Hiruzen tried talking to Naruto. Sana, he was interrupted by Naruto, who had a sad look on his face. Why does everyone hate me? Naruto asked, looking Hiruzen in the eyes. They call me a demon. A fox. Every time they see me they yell and some even chase me away. Hiruzen was sad and mad at hearing this. No 6-year-old should go through this. And those damned villagers. But now he was puzzled. What should he tell him? He can't jhim that he has a demon fox sealed inside him. Listen, Naruto. You shouldn't listen to what they say. You're a young boy who is kind. You want to become a shinobi, right? Sure, you'll become a great one, if not the greatest. Naruto's eyes lit up. His dream was to become a shinobi just like the previous Hokage. He read about them and knew just how awesome they were. His favorite Hokage fourth one. He alone was feared by other nations and defeated 1,000 shinobi single-handedly. He even died protecting the village. Even though the villagers were being mean, Naruto still loved the hidden leaf and the history behind it. How it was created and about the will of fire. Will you train me then, Gigi? Naruto asked with an excited face. Hiruzen surely wanted to, but he was really busy with Hokage duty. I'm sorry, Naruto, but you know, since I'm a Hokage, I don't have that much time. Although, I think it would be better to live on my own, Gigi. I can get used to living on my own and not relying on other people, Naruto said. Hiruzen smiles. Alright then, I already have your apartment ready. I'll take you there. Hiruzen picks Naruto up and go to his new apartment. I have to learn that, Naruto thought to himself. The apartment was new and clean. It was already furnished. It had a kitchen, bedroom, living room, and a bathroom. All Naruto could have asked for. The kitchen already in its fridge and a book about learning for beginners, which made Naruto smile at that. The bedroom only had a bed and a nightstand by its side. The living room had a coffee table in it. It also had a bookshelf with books on it. This is perfect, Gigi. Naruto was smiling like a bastard, holding tears back. This also made Hiruzen happy seeing him this happy. Glad you like it. I'll bring you money by the end of every month, but be careful what you spend it on. Also, tomorrow at 7 a.m. at the training ground 7. That's when you'll your sensei. With that, he left Naruto. Alright, I'm going to be the strongest ninja there is, Naruto declared. He had a day now to get used to this new apartment and prepare for tomorrow. He had never done ninja training before, although avoiding the villagers was training in itself. Since Naruto had no idea how he's going to train tomorrow, he prepared mentally. It's 6 in the morning. Naruto just woke up excited for the first day of training. His Gigi said that his sensei is going to be awesome, so that's even more reason to be excited. Got up and made breakfast. He had instant ramen he bought yesterday. He doesn't know how to make proper breakfast yet, so instant ramen is the best he could do. He got out. I better do quick exercises before I go. With that thought, he leaves and goes out. He is waiting at the training ground 7, and at exactly 7 a.m. someone arrives in a flash. At first sight, Naruto saw that he is an Anbu and that he is pretty strong. It was only something he unconsciously knew. Good morning. I'm your sensei, the Anbu said. Naruto was analyzing him. He said good morning back and introduced himself. His mask was fox-like and had brown spiky hair and normal Anbu clothes. That's all Naruto make of him. The Anbu's name is Tenzo, but Naruto calls him sensei. The training was mostly chakra control training. Tenzo didn't want him to do much physical training so it doesn't stop his growth spurt. One thing Tenzo noticed by Naruto that even though he had way too much chakra for a 6-year-old, he still had not bad chakra control. Almost every ninja who had a large amount of chakra, their control would be as good as someone who has less chakra. But that didn't apply for Naruto. Tenzo first taught Naruto the 3 basic jutsu you learn in the academy. Those were clone technique, substitution jutsu, and transformation jutsu. It took Naruto a while. The hand of those jutsus, but after a week he got the hang of it. Since Naruto knew the basic clone technique, Tenzo thought that it's a good idea to teach him the shadow jutsu, a better, solid version of the clone technique. And with the amount of chakra Naruto has, he had no doubt Naruto could pull it out. 4 years time skip. Naruto is now 10 years old. During that time he had improved a lot in training. He had also joined the academy. Naruto was more of a quiet guy, although sometimes a bit cheerful. He didn't see the point of the academy. He knew everything they were teaching him. The only thing he liked in the academy was the taijutsu training. Since he did that much taijutsu training with his sensei, Even though the academy was boring, it still wasn't that bad. The teachers were actually fair towards him and didn't really show any hostile reaction towards him. His class weren't that bad either except Sasuke and his fangirls. He hated how he effortlessly had girls around him. He just sat in the class and ignored everyone. What's so good ab him anyway? Thought Naruto. Although even he had some fangirls of his own, but he was oblivious enough not to notice them. Naruto has white hair and sky blue eyes. He wears a full black tracksuit with the Uzumaki symbol on his back. He was quiet in class too and didn't talk much except when he was with Shikamaru and Choji. The teachers seemed to like him too since he was a good student with good and didn't really cause problems. Naruto never used his full power in the class though since he wanted to surprise them at one point. He only used just enough to get an Avera grade. Training with an Anbu sure has its perks. His training had gone pretty well for the past years and today was the day he was going to learn his chakra affinity. He was pretty excited. During the 4 years, he had also learned the body flicker jutsu but he still wasn't that good at using it. He arrived at the usual training ground. Naruto always got there earlier so he could do exercises before he began. 30 minutes of exercises before his sensei arrives. See. Do good on him. Tenzo arrived and had a chakra induction paper on him. A special type of paper that is made only with a special type of tree. Naruto knew what it was the moment he saw. His eyes lit up with even more excitement. They greeted each other. Tenzo gave Naruto the special paper and explaining. Alright, Naruto. This is a special type of paper sure you already know. You push your chakra into the paper and it will show you what your chakra affinity is. If it ignites and turns to ash then it's fire. If it gets cleanly Cu2 then it's wind. If it wrinkles then it's lightning. If it turns to dirt and crumbles away then it's earth and if it turns wet then it's water. Naruto nods as he already knows. Naruto then grabs the paper and starts pouring his chakra into it. The paper is cleanly cut in two, one side crumbles away, and the second side wrinkles. Tenzo is pretty show, seeing as he's got 3 affinities. Only a few Junin have 3 affinities which made Tenzo even more proud of his student. Tenzo smiles and then says, "Good job, Naruto. Since you've found your chakra nature today, you'll get the rest of the day free since the next few years aren't going to be easy." And with that Tenzo disappears in a swirl of leaves. Naruto also being proud goes out to finally treat himself to ramen seeing as he hasn't eaten there for a while. Yo Tuki. A miso chachu pork ramen for me please. The shop owner turns around as he sees Naruto. He remembers him from when he was younger. He used to come there quite often. Hey, Naruto, Tuki said with a surp voice and then continues. Haven't seen you for a while. How've you been? Hehe. I've been training. Naruto said in a proud voice rubbing his nose. Ooh, I see. Here's a ramen on the house, Tuki said also proud of Naruto. Thank you. Naruto replied back in a cheerful voice. Naruto is home, reading a book while also being bored. Other than training he didn't really have that much to do except play with his friends. But they were training today was way too bored. Training was the only thing he could think of right now so he trained. He had only done minimal physical training until now so he thought he'd kick it up a notch and maybe increase his speed and power. He had a plan for his training. He had only gotten hints of it from Tenzo but he also finally figured it out. The secret of shadow clones. With his amount of chakra he had no doubt, he could use the jutsu to its full advantage. So now he could train on a few stuff at the same time. He put that idea on the back of his mind. He's definitely using an shortcuts he has to get stronger. Naruto just came home exhausted from his training. That was the first serious physical training he had done and it was pretty draining. But all that tiredness seemed to washed away when he remembered that tomorrow he's finally going to learn battle jutsus. Until now he had mostly worked on his chakra control and the 4 basic jutsus. His chakra control was really good. Way better than one would think for someone with such high chakra levels. He had also learned the shadow clone jutsu, transformation, and the substitution jutsu and perfected them. But he was having trouble with the body flicker jutsu. Although D rank, it still was a bit more complicated than the previous jutsus. But he was hoping he would perfect it in the next 2 years. Naruto was resting as he made his clones prepare dinner. Even the clones were as lazy as the original, but they had to do what they had to do. They had prepared a nice healthy meal for him to eat. As quickly as Naruto ate, he jumped on his bed and immediately slept. As always, he wakes up at 6 a.m. and does his morning routine. He brushes his teeth and washes his face, puts on new and clean clothes, and then eats breakfast. At 6:30 a.m., left the house and went to the training ground. Always the same routine. First, it was boring, but after a while, he got used to it. At 7 a.m. sharp, his sensei arrives ready to train the young boy. "Good morning, Naruto. Hope you're ready for today's training," said Tenzo. "Good morning, sensei." "Yes, of course I'm ready," replied a way too excited Naruto. As soon as Tenzo was about to start his training, Naruto interrupts. "Sensei, I have an idea I would like to use for my training." "Oh," replied Tenzo, already guessing what it might be. "I'd like to use my shadow clones to train. I could have large groups of clones learning multiple jutsus while I train on taijutsu." "What do you think, sensei?" asked Naruto. Tenzo smiles. "Good that you figured it out. For the past few years, we barely focused on your taijutsu training. Having 2 years just focused on it seems like a good idea." Then Tenzo stopped thinking. While yes, when dispelling a shadow clone returned its memories to the original, no one ever used it to train, so who knows how useful it will be. Tenzo then asks Naruto, "Have you already tried seeing how good it works?" "Yes, I have. I used them to learn a few things while I was training. For example, cooking. I'm still not the best at it, but I'm decent." Naruto pauses a bit and then continue. "Shadow clones have a bit of a harder time learning something new that I previously didn't." Tenzo was thinking if it's really a good idea to let the shadow clones train. But Naruto wouldn't suggest it if it wasn't, so he asks him. "So, why would you suggest it then?" "Well, while they aren't as good at mastering a jutsu as I would be, they still help a lot at multitasking. So while I, the original, focus on taijutsu for the next 2 years, clones will probably master the jutsus in the next 2 years as well," answered Naruto. Tenzo then smiles at this. "Very good, Naruto." Tenzo then forms hand seals as another Tenzo comes out of him. It was the shadow clone, but not like the one you Naruto was a wood-style clone. Just at first sight, it seemed more durable than a normal one. "Alright then, I will aid you in your taijutsu training while my clone with help your the ninjutsu training," said Tenzo. Naruto then nods and creates 60 clones. Evenly divide the 60 clones into 3 groups. Each group having 20 clones. Each group also dividing into 2 groups of 10. 6 clones, each learning another jutsu. This was also a bit harder for Tenzo's clone, but he managed. He only showed the clones the basics and they would work alone after. Tenzo was planning on adding chakra weights on his body and then spar with him for a few hours. They started small. First adding 5 kg. His whole body was heavier and hard to move, but he got used to it. Tenzo ordered him to keep them on for the next 2 years. Adding weight every few days or a week. The first day of sparring wasn't a bad. 5 kgs wasn't that bad since he got used to it. But the next it was worse. 2.5 kgs didn't really seem much, but adding the 2.5 kgs to the 5 kgs was pretty draining. Thankfully the exercises he did since a few years ago seemed to pay off. Naruto and Tenzo would spar for hours. Tenzo didn't even phase that much while Naruto was exhausted, still gave it his all and kept trying. After a few more hours his body started to ache. His muscles were sore and his limbs seemed heavier. He was panting. "Look like we overboard a little, Naruto. Take a break," said Tenzo. Naruto without saying a word goes near a tree, drinks a bit of water, and lays down to rest. The wind was calm, somewhat warm. The birds chirping, the tree leaves rustling. Everything seemed so calm that he had fallen asleep. An hour passes. Naruto was still sleeping but was woken up by Tenzo. He didn't want to ruin his sleep, but he could catch a cold if he stayed longer. He taps on Naruto's shoulder and says, Naruto, wake up." Naruto slowly opens his eyes. Looks around as he comes to his senses. "For how long was I asleep?" he asked. "For an hour," Tenzo replied. "An hour? Do you know how much I could have training during that 1 hour?" Naruto hurriedly stands up yelling. "Naruto, Calm down. You couldn't have trained anyways since your body is in th. Tenzo was shocked seeing as he's in a really good shape. The Kyuubi. I knew he had goo regeneration abilities but this is quite something. Tenzo thought. What? Naruto asked. Nothing. Come on now stop slacking off let's get to training, said Tenzo laughing seeing Naruto's irritated face. After a few minutes of sparring. So an hour of sleep really healed him from the soreness. The fatigue. This will probably help him improve his body faster. Tenzo thought. Every day Tenzo and Naruto sparred, Naruto's fighting style improved. He became more skilled overall. He could do logical thinking. Predict his opponent's movements and upon that and he was doing a really good job on that. His speed was also the most impressive. Such an impressive speed at such a young age. He will surely become a gray ninja. At the end of the week, he increased the chakra weights on his body to 10. Every day increasing them little by little at the end of the week he got to 10. Moving alone was hard and he had to keep them on every time. After the first week, he kept the weights at the same level until the end of the week. That was when he'd either increase it by half, 1.5, or 2 kilograms. His healing abilities made things a lot easier. Even after being completely exhausted, the next day would mostly be the same as the last day. Depending on how much stress put on his body, sometimes he would go overboard and wouldn't be able to train for a day. There also was a problem to which he found a simple solution. Shopping. Naruto going shopping was near impossible. The villagers yelling at him. If he even stared at a store he would be pushed out of the store by the owner. The simple solution to this was the transformation jutsu. Transform to an ordinary civilian so when he went shop, he wouldn't catch any attention. He had already asked his Gigi if he was allowed to do that, and he had allowed him to as long as he didn't do anything out of the ordinary. Cause problems. During the years of training, he had found out about his sensing abilities. He had it since he was younger but it was an unconscious ability so he never noticed. Looking back, first time he met his sensei, he noticed that he was really strong. He still can't control it to activate it at will. He has tried to, many times but never succeeded. Naruto also decided to take a look at sealing jutsus. His favorite Hokage, the fourth Hokage was a sealing master. So he decided to take a look into it. It was really complex, and noticed that it could be pretty versatile. But he thought that although it would be cool to master it, it didn't really fit his style. He was kinda upset but got over it later. The fourth Hokage could do, he'll be able to do. Plus he's already decided to become even more awesome than all the previous Hokage. But before that, he had to become fledged shinobi, someone who carries his duties. Even Naruto knew that before he could become and succeed as a Hokage, he had to succeed as a shinobi. Naruto shakes his head and heads home. A few weeks passed since the real training started. At the end of the day, he dispelled the shadow clones and learned what they learned. The ninjutsu training was going pretty well. Better than he expected really. He also noticed something during his elemental training. Although his main three afini were wind, earth, and lightning, wind was still superior to the other two. His wind chakra was stronger than the earth and lightning one although not by a lot. If it goes on like this, I'll most definitely master these jutsus at the end of the second year. Naruto thought. He was pretty excited. He was getting better day by day. Even day offs were pretty straining. He was told to lower the weights by half and he did so but it was pretty tiring to move with weights. This is his life now though so he had to get to it. After weeks of training, he had an idea about the lightning release. He wasn't really sure it could work but even Tenzo said that there is a slight chance it might. So now he makes 40 clones for wind and earth and 30 for lightning alone and one jutsu also. The jutsu he was working on was a branch technique of an already existing one. Very similarly the same as the ones he read about but since it was a branch technique, it was weaker. Weaker but still really useful is what Naruto thought. A few months pass. Naruto's taijutsu and body shape is way better than it was when he began. The progress he made was really good and he was really happy and proud. Wind release was what he made the most progress on. It was easier to learn and master than the other two affinities. Earth wasn't that bad either. Lightning was what he most trouble on. Whenever he hit a dead end, he couldn't ask anyone for a piece of advice since anyone he and his sensei knows that is in the village, can't or doesn't know jutsu. While the previous two he could, since his sensei was a great earth user himself and he was close with someone who used wind release as well, so he could point his mistakes here and there. He was also really happy that he decided to focus more on the lightning jutsu since it was the hardest to master. His taijutsu had also progressed really far. He could now better predict his opponent's movements and could react to them faster due to how his body had progressed. It's 2 months since he started training. He only had 1 day a week off, but today happened something he didn't really expect. Naruto and Tenzo finished sparring. Alright, Naruto. Good job on reacting to my attacks this well again, said Tenzo smiling. He was also proud of the progress Naruto was making. Thank you, sensei. We'll continue again after a small break, asked Naruto panting. An unexpected answer came out of Tenzo's mouth. No, Naruto. You should take a longer break this time. I was thinking of a 1-week break. As soon as Naruto heard those words, a shocked expression appeared on his face. Sure, he took 1-day breaks every 1 or 2 weeks. But a whole week. But why? Naruto asked. When is the last time you met your friends outside of school? Tenzo replied with another question. Naruto then realized he hadn't met his friends in a long time. He did talk with them while in school, but they rarely went out since he started training. Naruto didn't answer. You're too focused on training. Yes, it's important, but don't forget your friends. We'll meet again in 5 days and continue training. Have fun, Naruto, Tenzo said and with disappears. Ah, man. Well, I do see his point. Haven't played with them for a while too. Naruto says, so he goes to meet up with his friends. First, he went to Kiba and see if he was busy. But he was also training, so he, unfortunately, couldn't come. Kiba is an obnoxious guy but a good friend. He's one of the Peo who didn't hate him. Naruto also admired him for how hard he trains to become stronger. Naruto was thinking of also meeting up with Shino. Shino was also a quiet guy and they barely talked to one another. He's a pretty cool guy, but Naruto couldn't really figure what he was thinking as he does with others. Sometimes he got the feeling like Shino doesn't really like Naruto or that he bothers him, but he really didn't know. Naruto find him anyways. Well, that's what I get for trying to meet in such a short time, Naruto thought. Naruto was walking towards Choji's house. Choji was a wholesome guy. He would sometimes Naruto chips which he appreciated. While walking he saw Choji and his father going to a barbecue. Naruto knew what was going to happen in the restaurant, so he best not bother them in their lunchtime. Guess that leaves Shikamaru, Naruto thought. Choji and Shikamaru are his first friends. Through them, he also met other awesome people. Although not a large friend, Gro still appreciated them and was happy that they also didn't judge him. Shikamaru was different. He was a lazy person who said troublesome quite often. He was a nice guy. Nonetheless, as Naruto neared his house, he saw him and his father playing shogi. He got kinda upset. Everyone was busy, but he couldn't blame them since he wanted to them in such a short time. As he turned around to go home, Shikamaru had noticed him. Hey, Naruto, Shikamaru said in a somewhat loud voice, calling him. Naruto turned around again, seeing that he was noticed. He walks towards them and says, Yo, Shikamaru. I have some time off, so I thought we could hang out. Naruto saw a somewhat low voice. Well, I'm playing shogi right now. Want to join in? Shikamaru asked. I don't know. I never played it before. Naruto replied back. As they were having a conversion, Shikaku was observing. He did meet Naruto a few times before. He knew he was training with an Anbu, so he had to be strong too. His B tracksuit with blue eyes and white hair gave different vibes each time. Sometimes he was giving off like a slacking off and uninterested vibe, but then also a strong and calm vibe. It was quite strange. He saw that the relationship between his son and Naruto seemed well, so he stands up and heads towards the door to go inside. Well, you guys fun, he said and leaves. So, you never played shogi before, right? Want me to teach you? Asked Shikamaru, though he didn't really want to teach someone since he was lazy. I don't know, seems like a confusing game. How about we go out for a walk and maybe play something? It's been a while, Naruto replied back. Shikamaru smiled, as although going out was troublesome, Teaching him a new game from scratch was even more so he thanks Naruto in his mind for not agreeing on learning the game. Fine, let's go, he replied. In about 2 years we are finally going to be real shinobi. I'm really excited, said Naruto. Yay. You have been training a lot, huh? Replied Shikamaru. Of course. I'm going to be the strongest shinobi, Naruto said with a giggle. Troublesome. Seriously, where do you get all that motivation from? Shikamaru asked in a sarcastic voice. Hehe, you should try harder to be honest. I'm sure you could get even stronger. Naruto replied back. I'm trying hard enough, Shikamaru said. As they were walking towards the park and see a lonely Uchiha sitting by himself. Naruto tried to talk to him a few times before but he would ignore him. Naruto also felt about what happened to him. He felt somewhat of a connection between them, but he would also get pissed off by him because of his attitude. Naruto and Sasuke made eye contact, but then Sasuke just turned his head saying piss off. Naruto got really annoyed by that and he himself didn't know why. Normally he wouldn't get easily annoyed. So he just ignores Sasuke and walks with Shikamaru to the paw. Shikamaru just looks either down or up, avoiding any eye contact with anyone. What do you think of him, Shikamaru? Naruto asked. I don't know. It's sad what happened to him, so I guess his attitude is excused. I would probably ignore him though, Shikamaru replied back. Yeah, you probably would, Naruto said with a laugh. Naruto knew really well how it is being alone. He wanted to help Sasuke but he just ignored Naruto. In the academy, Naruto was usually quiet. Didn't talk when unnecessary. Usually sat next to Shikamaru, Choji, Kiba, or sometimes even Shino. He would however try to sit next to Sasuke and get him to talk. But sometimes that would also be impossible due to the annoying fangirls. Sasuke was at the top of the class while Naruto only tried hard enough to get average grades since he really didn't want the attention Sasuke was getting. Shikamaru however noticed a few fangirls of Naruto but he always wondered how Naruto could be so oblivious to never notice them. A few hours pass and it was getting kinda late. Shikamaru had to run off home or else his mother would scold him. So Naruto had to walk home alone. He saw the Uchiha again staring at a river. Naruto wondered what he was thinking since he barely talked. He walked up to him and greeted him. Getting no reply. What are you doing here? Naruto asked again, getting no response. He was starting to get kinda mad. I asked you something, Naruto said, but this time he actually said something back. What do you want? Sasuke asked. Nothing. Just wanted to see how you're doing. You know, talking is always better than staying silent, Naruto answered in a lower voice. Sasuke looked at him and then looked down. Don't want to talk. Just go away, Sasuke said in a higher voice, trying to intimidate Naruto. Why not? I know how it feels to be alone. And talking with friends always made it better. Naruto said. You don't know anything, Sasuke replied back. Huh, I don't know anything. Seriously, get a grip. Staying alone will bring you nothing. I mean it. But yeah, I guess don't know anything. Naruto shakes his head and start walking off. Seriously, why did I even try? I'll just go home and eat dinner for now, Naruto thought. Sasuke was thinking about what Naruto said but quickly shook it off. No one understands how I feel. I will get stronger alone and get revenge. Revenge. All Sasuke could killing his brother, the one who killed his own clan. Naruto then arrives home and prepares dinner. He made 2 shadow clones prepare dinner for him while he went to his room and laid down. He didn't want to let Sasuke alone, but he couldn't bring him to talk to him, so he didn't know what to do now. When Naruto was alone, all he wanted was someone to talk to with. So maybe he really doesn't know anything. It's been 6 years since he started training with his sensei. He learned a lot from him. How to be a shinobi and everything he needed to know. And today was his last that he's going to train with his sensei. Finally, tomorrow he's graduating and he's going to become a real shinobi. The academy was pretty Naruto. The stuff they taught there, he already knew. They only taught him the low-level jutsus that he also already knew. Taijutsu was also pretty easy after a few months. Training only on taijutsu. Even though boring, he still loved the academy. He had friends there and the teachers were nice too. 2 years of only taijutsu training had done him good. He did use shadow clones to master the 3 elemental jutsus. He mastered 2 of the earth release jutsus and TW. Wind release ones. Lightning release was a bit tricky. He did train long enough to make it useful in battle, but he still didn't master it completely. It was a copy of the Origi jutsu after all. Tenzo and Naruto were getting ready for their final spar. Naruto, take off your chakra weights. You need to get used to your body without them, Tenzo said. Naruto was surprised by this. He was told to never take them off. Even if he wasn't training. He even forgot how his body felt without the weights. But he realized why he him to take them off, so he did just that. Naruto then, as soon as he takes off his weights, immediately notices the difference. He felt so much lighter. He jumped higher. Faster. He felt as though he was the fastest. He got a bit too cocky, forgetting how strong his sensei is. Very well, start, Tenzo declares. Naruto immediately rushed at him. Taking his weights off seemed to have made him cockier. But then he saw the difference between himself and his sensei. He threw punk left and right, but none seemed to hit him. His sensei dodged every one of his punches seemingly easily. The moment Naruto noticed that, he jumped back. Hey, I guess it be that easy. Naruto then starts thinking about what to do while he dodges Tenzo. He was trying to come up with a strategy but couldn't focus too much because of Tenzo rushing him. Thinking won't do much then, huh? Naruto thought as he then fully focused on the fight. He realized he couldn't strategize unconsciously and trying to come up with a fight his sensei right now would only slow him down. Naruto throws in kicks, punches, everything he had available, but they all either got dodged or blocked. He realized just how much he had to train to overcome this level. How weak he is and how much more he has to train to get stronger. To become the strongest. Naruto then rushes at Tenzo even harder, trying to land in a punch. A kick. Anything. But everything seemed futile. This frustrated Naruto more than he thought. He got more aggressive. His style was still really good for an academy student. It barely had any openings Tenzo could exploit even after he got so aggressive. It seemed to Naruto to get so frustrated, and that doing so in battle could prove fatal, but this was different. Even though more aggressive, it still didn't leave any openings. It seemed and dumb to an opponent, which confused them. Tenzo thought he saw an opening. You've got ways to go, Naruto. Leaving an opening like that. As soon as Tenzo was about to exploit that opening, he realized he got tricked. An academy student. Naruto quickly dodged Tenzo and was about to land a kick. Tenzo smiled, proud of his student. To think Naruto, an academy student, would trick him. Laughed a little and then quickly grabbed his leg and pushed him to the ground. Naruto then stood up exhausted. As soon as he stood up, he fell again. The spar had gone on for a few hours and it drained him. Tenzo then laughed a bit more loudly. Good job, Naruto. Yet again you impress me. Really? Naruto asked excitedly. Yes. Well done. For that, I will treat you to ramen, Tenzo replied. Let's go. Naruto shouted. For the past few years, Tenzo hadn't gone on any missions as an Anbu and hadn't done any Anbu work. He was only focused on training Naruto as ordered by the third Hou. Since Naruto is finally going to become a genin, he thought that he won't need his sensei anymore. He'll be busy on missions and also have another sensei. He was worried. Naruto. He was also sad that he won't get to see Naruto as often. They grew closer and have a really good teacher-student relationship. But he knew that he has nothing to worry about. With Naruto finally becoming a genin, he plans on continuing his Anbu work. After finishing their meal, they went on top of the Hokage rock. Naruto knew that this is the last time he's seeing his sensei in a long time. He knows his sensei will continue Anbu work, so he will be really busy. It upset him, but there wasn't really anything he could do at the moment. So I guess this is a goodbye, Naruto said in a low voice. For now, Naruto, I trust you to become an awesome shinobi. I know you can do it. And don't worry, whenever I have time, I will come and meet you, Tenzo replied. Tenzo smiled and then said in a sarcastic voice. Alright then, Naruto, better get ready for tomorrow. It is a big day, after all, you better not fail. Tenzo knew without a doubt he would pass the academy test. Naruto then chuckled. Hi, I will become strong too. Stronger than you, Naruto declared. Tenzo then laughed. Yes, I know you will, They then nodded at each other and both leave. Naruto heads home. It had gotten dark, so he wanted to get a good night's sleep for tomorrow. Tomorrow he's finally going to become a real ninja. Naruto woke up earlier this time. He quickly ate breakfast and went out. He went out for a run. He ran at full speed around the village to see how fast he could go. Since finally not using the weights, he wanted to test how much faster he got. And it was by a lot. But he still had ways to go. He knew that because of the spar with his sensei. Knew he still had to train, a lot more and way harder than he did before if he wanted to become the strongest. After taking a small break, he went to the academy. It was earlier than usual, so not everyone was in class. Since his friends weren't there either, he sat alone. As per usual, fangirls were fangirling over Sasuke. He still thought about what Sasuke said. About him not understanding anything. Naruto thought he understood how Sasuke felt, but wasn't the case. A few minutes pass and his friends all came. Naruto sat next to Shikamaru and Choji. Kiba and Shino also sat together behind them. It was pretty loud until Iruka came in. Students were nervous about the exams. Some were also not worried about it, confident that they would easily pass. As soon as Iruka came in, the class was silent. Iruka greeted the students and they greeted him back. Iruka has them prepare for the first exam. The written exam. Mizu, Iruka's assistant, handed out the papers. Naruto had always gone for the average score. But since it was the last day, he wanted to get the perfect score. Yesterday Iruka reviewed the transformation jutsu, in which Naruto also got a perfect score. He answered all the questions asked on the paper. After the time was up, Mizuki picked the papers up. Some were upset, some were not. 'Twas hard for a few but easy for others. For your final exam, you must each generate a clone, Iruka said, and then continues after a moment of silence. Wait here until your name is called, and then come next. After a few got their name called, it was finally Naruto's turn. His friends wished him luck, to which Naruto thanked them. He goes next door. Iruka and Mizuki were sitting in front of a table full of leaf headbands. Naruto was excited. Iruka told Naruto to show his shadow clone. But what happened after wasn't expected. Since Naruto was an overall average student, he expected one shadow clone, but what actually happened was surprising. First, Naruto didn't even use hand signs. Second, there were multiple and solid clones. Iruka immediately passed him. As the exams were over, Iruka congratulated everyone. Everyone in his class had passed. After the students congratulated each other and celebrated, they all went home. Naruto was about to walk home, but he thought he'd stay outside for a bit. Home alone was boring after all. He lied down on the Hokage's rock looking at the dark sky. The was clear, with no clouds. You could clearly see the beautiful stars. Naruto loved to just stay and look at the sky. But for a moment he was interrupted. He saw someone right above his head going into the forest. He didn't see who it was, but he did notice he was in quite a hurry. Naruto decided to follow him and see what's up. It didn't take a lot for Naruto to catch up to him, but when he did, he saw someone familiar. Mizuki. Mizuki was actually quit to Naruto, so he thought that Mizuki was actually a kind person. Mizuki, what's going on? Naruto asked. Naruto also noticed the scroll on his hand and thought of a theory. What's actually happening? The theory was that Mizuki stole the scroll and is now on the run. But he still didn't want to believe that, as he genuinely believed Mizuki was a person. Mizuki decided to stop. Ah, so it's you, Naruto. The devil himself, Mizuki said. Naruto hated that word. He always wondered why he was always called a devil. But hearing those words towards him, Naruto knew he wasn't a kind person, at least no one uses those words towards a child. What are you doing, Mizuki? Naruto asked again. Mizuki then started laughing. Don't you see, Naruto? I'm stealing this scroll, and in exchange, I will be granted power. Naruto then knew for sure what that scroll is and realized what's happening. Aren't you a leaf ninja? No, if you're willing to betray your village, then you aren't a ninja. You, a failure. Naruto said, preparing to fight Mizuki. Oh, the devil is getting ready to fight. Mizuki then started laughing, but then continues. Naruto, do you know why everyone calls you a devil? Why everyone hates you? Mizuki asks. Naruto then stopped for a moment but then told him to continue. Because, you Naruto, you're the devil fox who attacked the village 12 years ago. Mizuki then started laughing again. Naruto was shocked. He always wondered why everyone called him a devil. He even came up with theories as to why. He did come up with the theory that the fox was in sea. But he didn't want to believe it. This theory seemed the most believable, but he just didn't want to accept it's true. After a few moments of Mizuki laughing and Naruto getting head straight, Mizuki decided to attack Naruto. Naruto's thoughts were all over the place, but then he tossed them all aside. He was already kinda prepared for it, although H didn't want to believe it. Although he didn't have any proof, the idea was still there. Mizuki was rushing Naruto, but Naruto easily dodged him. That speed was nothing compared to his sensei's. Both of them on the ground staring at each other until suddenly another Naruto came out of the ground about to catch Mizuki. Mizuki was really shocked at this, but his instincts allowed him to move away. He really didn't expect Naruto to know any jutsus, he was the most average after all. Hey, I guess it won't be that easy, Naruto said. You devil. Why don't you care? You're the demon fox, the one who killed countless people. Mizuki yelled. Naruto said nothing. He was thinking nothing other than bringing the scroll back and defeating Mizuki. He didn't let it bother him what Mizuki was saying. Mizuki got pissed at this and carelessly started attacking Naruto. Naruto dodged and countered his punches. Mizuki managed to get a few punches in and started rushing aggressively. Naruto then used it to his advantage and disappeared in a poof of smoke. Mizuki got even more furious and turned around to see Naruto preparing a jutsu. One hand sign. Naruto takes a deep breath, compresses that breath, and releases it in a large crushing sphere of wind chakra. Mizuki barely dodged it, but it got his leg. He managed to hide, but when Naruto was about to pursue him, but he stopped when he was attacked from below. It looked like a combination of an earth jutsu and soft pH modification. But then suddenly Naruto was put into a genjutsu. Naruto fell under his trap. As soon as he released the genjutsu, he was being attacked by a puppet Holdingsword. He was already about to get hit and he couldn't dodge it. Shit, I have to use this then. Although not perfect, it will help me get out of this. Naruto thought. No hand signs necessary. In one moment Naruto was surrounded by dark red lightning, to which enhanced his speed and reflexes greatly. He got the idea of this jutsu when read the encounter of the fourth Hokage and the Raikage. He read that he used something like this, so Naruto created something similar. It was far off from the original, but knew he could train to improve on it. As soon as he activated the lightning jutsu, he dodged the puppet and was about to find Mizuki. He could finally use sensing abilities, although they were only for a few meters. Naruto found Mizuki again and was about to attack him again. Mizuki was furious. Naruto countered everything Mizuki had. All his plans were ruined because of Naruto. Heso infuriated that he blindly attacked Naruto. Naruto then encased his arm in rock, and taking advantage of Mizuki's recklessness, Naruto did a direct hit which put Mizuki d. This took longer than it should have, Naruto said tiredly. Naruto then notices the scroll near the unconscious Mizuki. Let's see why Mizuki risked his life for, Naruto thought, and opens the scroll. The first jutsu in that scroll was the one he already knew. Boring, Naruto said. After looking at a few more jutsus, he noticed something. The jutsu that his idol is famous for. His eyes lit up, but he then senses someone coming. He quickly copies what is said on the scroll about that jutsu and drops it. The one who arrived was Iruka. Naruto, what are you doing here? Iruka asked in a confused face. I saw Mizuki running with the scroll, so I followed him and defeated him, Naruto said in a cheery voice. His clothes were in a worse shape than he was though. Iruka then takes a second to let that information sink in and then asks. You defeated Mizuki. Wait, you didn't look in the scroll, did you? It was hard, but yay, I did. Naruto then laughs, ignoring the second question Iruka asked. Credit was given to Naruto for returning the scroll safely. After Iruka and Naruto gave their report to the third Hokage, he thanked them and told them they can leave. Iruka, about to leave but noticed Naruto staying. Naruto, come, I'll treat you to some ramen too, Iruka said. Go on without me. I want to talk with Gigi a bit, Naruto said with a low voice. Iruka noticed that there was something different about Naruto, so he decided to leave them. Hiruzen already knew what he wanted to talk about. He saw everything on the crystal ball. But he didn't know what to tell him. He can't lie to him anymore. Gigi, am I really a devil? Is the nine-tailed fox actually sealed inside me? Naruto asked in a saddened voice. No, of course not. You're just the same Naruto. Yes, you have a fox sealed inside you, but you're still the same Naruto. A normal human which I love, Hiruzen replied. Naruto was in deep thoughts. He was really happy to hear those words but was still upset. Gigi, why was it sealed inside me? Naruto asked again. He knew why already but wanted to hear his Gigi say it. It was to save the village, Naruto. It was sealed by the fourth Hokage. If he didn't seal it inside you, then it would have gone in a rampage killing hundreds of people. Hiruzen replied back again. He noticed that made Naruto feel better. If it was for the village, Naruto felt as he could do anything. Even if it meant containing a demon fox. Gigi, are there books about the nine-tailed fox or books related to it? Naruto then asks again. He wanted to research everything about the beast inside of him. Hiruzen then stands up and goes to a shelf of books and scrolls. Of course there are. You can take them, but be sure to return them, Hiruzen said, pointing at the books. Naruto then smiled. By the way, Gigi, I took a look into the forbidden scroll, Naruto said in embarrassment, rubbing the back of his head. The forbidden scroll was a scroll that had jutsus that were forbidden to use. The first Hokage himself was the one who wrote the forbidden jutsu in the scroll. They were four. Due to how much chakra the jutsus cost, and if anyone with not enough chakra tried to use those jutsus dies. But Naruto is someone who has an abnormal amount of chakra. To his genes. Oh, well, did you find anything interesting? Asked a curious Hiruzen. Naruto then smiles a little at that question and says, well, I did find this one, showing the paper on which he wrote the jutsu in. Hiruzen was shocked but then again thought it was to be expected. Naruto, just be careful. It is a forbidden jutsu for a reason. Hiruzen said. He didn't have any doubts. Wouldn't learn it though. He was his son after all. Naruto then smiles again. Hi, Gigi, Naruto says while taking the books and scrolls about the nine-tailed fox and stuff related to him. Thank you again, Naruto said while leaving. No problem. I trust you after all. Hiruzen said in a somewhat lower voice. He then sat on his chair again and continued his paperwork.